Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. As you can see, we're in a new location today. I'm trying it out to see how it works. So let me know, what do you prefer? Do you like this location? You can kind of see a bit of my collection in the background, or do you prefer the old location? Today's video is about my fragrance wish list. This wish list is, of course, a living, breathing document that changes almost on a daily basis. Just when I think that I've ticked off almost everything on that list, all of a sudden, 10 new fragrances pop up out of nowhere. So the list that I'm going to share with you is the current list, the one that's current for today, and of course, like I said, it can change anytime. And there is a possibility that one or two fragrances from this list might have been ordered already. Stay tuned for an upcoming haul to see. Okay, let's get started. I'm just going to be looking down a little bit because I have the list written down, and I think I have about 15 fragrances on the list, so I will go through them fairly quickly. The first two are actually completely influenced by Claire from Smurfy Girly. She's been talking about these two fragrances a lot, and I'm really interested in getting them. Unfortunately, both of them are discontinued, as a few others on my list, and so it is really hard to find them for any reasonable amount. Of course, you can find these fragrances on eBay for an obscene amount of money, but I'm just not willing to pay it, so I'm patiently waiting until I can find them for a reasonable price. So what am I talking about? Well, the first one is Ellie Saab Essence 1 Rose. And of course, I don't have any of these, so I will be putting up pictures of all these fragrances. So Ellie Saab Essence 1 Rose. This is kind of, from what I hear, obviously all I can tell you about these fragrances is what I heard from others or what I read on Fragrantica, since most of these I have not tried. So this is supposed to be a really kind of dried, sweet rose, candied rose. The only notes listed on Fragrantica are different types of roses, and as we all know, I really love rose scents, so I'm really interested in getting this fragrance. And whenever on FragranceNet, I think it's been out of stock for a while, but if I can catch it in stock, this will definitely be a purchase. The second one is also based on Claire's recommendations, and that's My Insolence from Guerlain. From what I understand, My Insolence is supposed to be quite different from the original Insolence, which I do have. This is supposed to be almond blossom, tonka bean, vanilla, raspberry. There's no actual iris in it. So I really want to try it. Again, if I ever find it for a reasonable price, this will be a purchase for sure. Number 3 on the list is from Xerjoff Italica line. As you've seen in some of my haul videos, I've purchased a few from this line, which have been real winners for me. I really enjoy those fragrances, and there is one that's been sort of haunting me a bit. It's called Italica, and that's the one fragrance that I cannot find anywhere. I know it's discontinued, but even discounter websites, anywhere, I cannot find it. This is supposed to be a beautiful gourmand. Toffee, almond, vanilla, milk, sandalwood, these are the notes listed in it. So really interested in trying it, but have not even seen it anywhere. Next one is a fragrance from Tiziana Terenzi, which is a house that I recently tried, and this one is called Cassiopeia. From what I understand, this is supposed to be kind of a fruity explosion. There is passion fruit in it that comes out quite strongly, and I can easily find this fragrance. What I'm worried about is that some of Tiziana Terenzi's fragrances have very synthetic note in them, like Kirky, for example, which I've tried. And so I'm really worried that This one might have the same, and so I might not like it for that reason, and I have not sampled it. So I'm kind of holding off for now purchasing it because of that reason, but who knows, I might pull the plug. Next one is Killian Boys. I know it has the long name, which I can't remember what it is, but putting it shortly, it's Boys. It's the line that's sold at Sephora, and this is the fragrance that really smells like Coca-Cola. And that's one of the main notes, and it really does smell like that. I did sample it a while back. I have quite a few fragrances from this line. I have one full bottle of Princess, and the other ones that I have are in, I think it's 7.5 ml spray bottles. And that's kind of what I would like to purchase this one as well. I don't want a full 30 ml or 50 ml or 100 ml. I don't know exactly what sizes it comes in. I just want a little 7.5 ml spray because I feel like for this type of fragrance, it's very sort of a specific type of fragrance, not something you would reach for all the time. I feel like that will be enough for me. But it's been out of stock in Sephora, which is the only place that I know of that sells this line forever. So that's why I haven't purchased it yet, but if it comes in stock, I will definitely be purchasing this one. It's a really interesting scent, and Coca-Cola in it is very interesting. Next one is from the House of Paco Rabanne, and it's Pure Excess. So this is a fragrance that has a prominent popcorn note in it, and I can't think of anything in my collection that smells like popcorn, and I'm really curious to try it. I think this is more of a winter scent. That's why I don't think I will be purchasing it right now. But I think when the colder weather comes back, which I hope it won't come back for a while, I think this might be an addition to my collection. By the way, if any of you have tried any of the fragrances that I am mentioning and you have an opinion on them, definitely let me know in the comments below, because like I said, most of these I have not tried. Next one is highly coveted fragrance by many, but the one that's been discontinued for a while and the one that's very, very difficult to find for a reasonable amount of money, and that's Dior Midnight Poison. I have the Hypnotic Poison and I have Poison Girl, and both are very nice fragrances, but from what I understand, the way many people describe Midnight Poison is that it's some kind of magic potion. Like by many, it is considered a masterpiece. It has patchouli, rose, amber, vanilla. I've never sampled it, but if I find it, I will definitely buy it blindly because I really, really want to have this fragrance. And I wish that Dior would really bring it back, because I think there are a lot of fans of this fragrance. Next one on the list is from the House of Valentino, and this is Donna, Born in Roma. I think that's the name. This is a beautiful kind of sweet vanilla fragrance. It has blackcurrant, jasmine. It's very bubbly, girly. I did sample it in Sephora a while back. I do like it. I have another one from the Donna line. I have Donna Aqua, which I really enjoy. So this is a nice fragrance. It is available. I don't know why I haven't purchased it yet, but it is definitely on my wish list. Next one is from Rochas, and this is Mademoiselle Rochas. I heard somebody talking about this, and I can't remember who, but they mentioned that this smells like a warm apple pie. And if you've seen my videos, you know that I have a fragrance by Nobile in 1942, Dances of the Dragonflies, that to me really smells like warm apple pie, and I absolutely love that fragrance. And Rochas is of course a much more affordable house, so I really want to try this fragrance just to see if I like it and if it will be a good addition to my collection. But also I'm curious to compare it to Noble in 1942 to see if there are any similarities, what if they can be dupes. I mean, like I said, this is a much more affordable dupe. Next one is from a house that I have never tried before, but I've heard a lot of things about it and I'm really curious to try it. This is Atelier Ores, and I will not even attempt to pronounce the proper name in French because I just can't. But translated into English, this is Choir of Angels. So this is supposed to be a very gourmand, sweet fragrance. It has blood orange, honey, pear, amber, osmanthus. I love all of these notes. So this sounds like something that I'm supposed to love. And if you, like I said, you're going to see a picture here of the bottle. I mean, it's stunning. It has gold flakes in the juice. So it is very beautiful. Of course, this is an expensive niche house, so I'm kind of hesitating trying it blindly, but I have nowhere to sample it, so I just might have to try it. Again, if any of you have tried this and you have an opinion on it, definitely let me know. Next one. Next one is really interesting. This is the fragrance that has been haunting me for the last couple of months because it is so incredibly hyped up on YouTube. It seems like absolutely every channel is talking about it, and that's why I've been hesitating to buy it, because there just seems to be too much hype about it. What am I talking about? I think many of you could have guessed already. Of course, it's Jean-Paul Gaultier La Belle. I mean, yes, the bottle is absolutely stunning, and the notes, although simple, sound very beautiful, but there's just so much hype, and there's something in me that just stops me from purchasing such a hyped fragrance, and I keep changing my mind about it. One day I want it, the next day I'm thinking, no, there's too much hype on it, and the notes seem very simple. I really don't need it. I have enough fragrances that smell like this, so I keep going back and forth on it. Who knows if I'm gonna end up purchasing it or not, but there's certainly so much talk about this fragrance now, and I know that many of you really love it. And I think I will as well, based on the notes. So we'll see how this one turns out. Next one is Shay and Blue Salt and Caramel. And I've heard, for the first time, I've heard Delicious Delights talking about this as one of her favorite gourmand scents. So I ordered a sample and it is stunning. It is exactly what the name says. It is salted caramel, but it is so rich and warm and powerful. It is absolutely beautiful. Not for the warm weather, of course. This is purely a winter type of fragrance, at least in my opinion, but it is beautiful. So I just haven't pulled the plug and purchased a full bottle. I think they come in 30 ml and 100 ml, and I think 30 ml will be more than enough for me. I think when the colder weather comes, this will definitely be a purchase. It is a beautiful gourmand, really sweet type of fragrance. And I think we're down to two. So the next one is the one that I mentioned in my fragrance house tag, which if you haven't seen, I'll link it up in the cards. And this is from the house of Kerosene, Unknown Pleasures. So this is supposed to be another gourmand, sweet vanilla kind of fragrance, but there is also an addition of tea, which, as you know, I also love. As I mentioned in that tag, again, I have nowhere to sample it, and there's only one place in Canada that I found that sells it. So that's why I haven't purchased it yet, but I think given the notes and given what I've heard about it, this will be an absolute must in my collection, and this will be purchased sometime soon, I think. And the last one is Nina Ricci L'Extase Rose Absolue. So in one of my last hauls, I purchased from Nina Ricci Rose Extase, I think it's called, the pink bottle, which is beautiful. And many people in the notes said, in a comment, sorry, said that they really like Rose Absolute, that it is very similar to Maison Francis Kurkdjian Oud Satin Mood, I think. And it was kind of a darker, kind of warmer type of fragrance. And everyone had really good things to say about it. So that kind of piqued my interest. And that's why I had to add it to my list. Like I said, I have Rose Extase and I have the original Extase, and I really like both. So this might be the next purchase, who knows. So that's it. These are my top 15 wish list fragrances at the moment. Now ask me tomorrow and the list could be different, who knows. But for now, that's what it is. Let me know, what fragrances do you have on your wish list? I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye!